Think of the mind as a still pool of water. Now each raindrop that falls from the sky creates a ripple on the surface. If it starts raining very hard or it's perhaps a little windy, then the pool might become so cloudy that we can't even see what's on the bottom. But the potential to return to our still pool of water at any time is still there. In fact, by training the mind, the ripples naturally begin to slow. And as the surface of the pool becomes increasingly still, it becomes easier to see what's beneath the surface. Sometimes you might like what you see, and at other times, well, maybe not so much. Now, occasionally finding things we don't like may sound off-putting at first, but it's a really important process, as it's part of letting go of those things. Accepting what's in our mind also helps us to be less critical of ourselves, less judgmental. Funnily enough, it helps us to be less critical of others too. So we start to feel more content in life, to experience more harmonious relationships, and to be more at ease with the world around us. We're always taught the more effort we put in, the more we'll get out of life. But of course, this isn't always true. Take falling asleep, for example. You can prepare in the right way, put yourself in the right position, and get yourself comfortable. But after that, well, you can't force it to happen, right? In fact, it works exactly the other way around. The harder you try, the less sleepy you become. It's only when we stop trying that we finally let go and drift off. And before we know it, we're waking up the next morning feeling refreshed and relaxed after a good night's sleep. And it's a very similar story when we're training the mind. I think a nice metaphor for this is the idea of taming a wild horse. If you look at how a wild horse is tamed, rather than pinning it down in one place, the horse is led out on a very long rope and put in a big, open, spacious field. And the horse runs round feeling like it's got all the space in the world. But very slowly, the rope's pulled in, and the horse adjusts to this feeling until it comes to a natural place of rest. And we're looking to do just the same thing with the mind in meditation, not trying to pin it down in one place, but bring it to a natural place of rest. So let go of any idea of needing to achieve something or get somewhere, and instead enjoy the opportunity to sit back, relax, and be present in the world. Training the mind is often quite different to how people imagine it to be. Maybe they have an idea it's about stopping thoughts or eliminating feelings. But the reality is a bit different. An easy way to think of it is to imagine yourself sitting by the side of a busy road. The passing cars representing the thoughts and the feelings. Now all you have to do is to sit there and watch the cars. Sounds easy, right? But what usually happens is that we feel a bit unsettled by the movement of the traffic. So we run out into the road and try to stop the cars, or maybe even chase after a few, forgetting that the idea was to just sit there. And of course, all this running around only adds to the feeling of restlessness in the mind. So training the mind is about changing our relationship with the passing thoughts and feelings, learning to view them with a little more perspective. And when we do this, we naturally find a place of calm. Will we sometimes forget the idea of the exercise and become distracted? Of course we will. But as soon as we remember, there we are, back on the side of the road again, just watching the traffic go by, perfectly at ease in both body and mind.